my Squidlings, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie, and we're going to be doing a demo review today. Woohoo! So this stuff was kind of randomly sent to me by ColArt. I wasn't expecting it. They didn't tell me that they were sending it. It's just a bunch of Liquitex samples. So from the top here, we've got some soft body cadmium red medium hue, heavy body cadmium red, heavy body phthalo blue, green shade, heavy body quinacridone crimson, heavy body yellow medium azo, ultra matte medium, gloss medium and varnish, string gel, pouring medium, and flow aid. As you can see, oh yeah, and then we have this. We have a Liquitex paint marker in red, cadmium red I assume. So, now, we've got all of these colors and we've got some mediums, which I think is really cool. It's kind of like a little bit of a starter demo-y set. I don't really know how to explain that. But yeah, it was really nice of them to send me these. They're not expecting a review or anything, but I personally wanted to try these out, and I figured why not show you guys and we could do it together. So I figured that would be a good idea. So the one thing I do know about Liquitex is that they are intermixable, so all of their different types of paints are intermixable. You can mix paint marker with the heavy body with soft body, their spray paint with all of their stuff. So I think that's a really interesting thing. I think they have ink as well. The thing I use with Liquitex is their Liquitex Basics, so I might whip my basics out in these similar colors and kind of test them comparatively to kind of just get a feel for, you know, what I feel is better. Like I said, I like the Liquitex Basics because of their consistency. They're not like the best or anything, they are student quality, but I don't know, there's just something about the texture of them that I really enjoy working with. So we also got some mediums. We've got a flow aid, and on the back it just says to dilute with water before adding to acrylic. Mix 1 part flow aid to 20 parts water. Do not mix with oils. So apparently this just literally helps to make your paints flow a little better. Then we've got pouring medium, which says mix slowly with a Liquitex soft body acrylic. Allow mix to sit for bubbles to dissipate. Do not mix with oils. So this is apparently just with the soft body acrylic, so you can pour it a little easier, kind of making a fluid acrylic out of it. Then we have Liquitex String Gel, and that says mix with acrylic color for interesting applications and effects. Do not mix with oils. That seems to be a theme. Of course, don't mix with oils. Then we have gloss medium and varnish. Whoops, we got a little paint marker running away. Enhance depth of color and increases transparency, gloss, and flow. Mix with any acrylic color or apply over finished painting. Do not mix with oils. So, as it says, you can use it as a varnish, or as a gloss medium, or as both. Then we have Ultra Matte Medium, which I love matte medium when I paint. It is one of my go-tos. It is permanent, non-yellowing, flexible, and water-resistant when dry. Mix with any acrylic oil, and guess what? Don't mix with oils! So, yeah, and then we have, like I said, we have 4 heavy body acrylics, and we have 1 soft body. So the soft body, this color is opaque. It lists the pigments, and then I'm not really sure. It says light fastness, but it doesn't have any kind of rating down here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's no rating. So I assume it's not light fast. I really don't know. But here is the swatch that they give. So it's like a nice red, and this is a 4 milliliter container. Actually, all of these are 4 milliliter except for the 10 milliliter giant package we have over here. Then we have the heavy body, which feels a little bit thicker in the container. This one is transparent, and then it still says light fastness, and it doesn't give a rating. I will probably put an annotation on the screen or something because I need to figure this out. And then it just gives the pigment. And then, yeah. Well, I guess we can go over all of them. Let's see. The heavy body cadmium is opaque. The heavy body is semi-translucent, I think. Or maybe it's semi-opaque. It has a little half. And then the heavy body quinacridone crimson is transparent. And then, now we can talk about this. There is a Liquitex paint marker. It is a water-based acrylic, light fast, permanent. And then it has a 2 to 4 millimeter line. This is Cad Red medium hue. and then it just gives instructions on the side on how to get this to work. So this one comes with the chisel tip. You may not be able to see it. There we go. And you can of course change the nibs of these if you need to. I have not used this one yet, but I will show you one that I have used. Whenever you get the paint flowing, the tip looks like this. You get, you know, the paint inside the little felt tip. Yes, I have 2 cadmium reds. I don't know if it was by accident or on purpose, but I was sent 2 of these. So I have 2 of each of these and 2 of these. So I got excited and I wanted to use this and test it out. So yeah. I do have another paint marker from Liquitex. It's the actual, like, large size. It needs to be shaken up. But I got this in an Art Snacks box, and I think I might use this in whatever illustration I decide to go with. I might. I mean, it's not anything I was sent per se, but it is something that kind of goes along with this, so we might test it out. So that's all I really have to say about initial impressions and stuff. Of course, I'm going to have the same complaint I had with the Winsor & Newton samples. They're not in any kind of resealable anything, so once I use these, they're basically done, especially these mediums, unless I put them in some kind of a container, which is kind of pooey to me because, you know, I always like to save as much as possible. I'm one of those people. But thankfully, I have another, like, I have a duplicate of each of the things that you see here, so if I really like them, I always have a duplicate. And it's sealed, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright, so I am going to get to swatching these, and they're going to be over like a black line, so we can see how transparent or opaque they are. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the mediums yet, but I suppose you will see what I decide soon. So let's go ahead and get over to the swatches, and yeah! Alright, so now that I have my little black line drawn, I want to show you the difference between soft body and heavy body. So this is soft body, and as you can see, it is very red. It is very liquidy as well. It moves pretty easily. So it's soft, in quotations, it's soft. It is just a little bit more fluid than your heavy body, which is this. Excuse my reused container. But this is a lot thicker than the heavy body. It keeps its shape a little bit easier. So that is the difference between soft body and heavy body. I also think heavy body is a little bit more thick, whereas soft body is thin. Now we are going to swatch these 2. I'm going to talk about these 2 anyway while I swatch them. The other ones are going to be in time-lapse because the rest of them are heavy body, and there's really no point in talking about them more than once. So yeah. So I just got a angled brush here, and I'm going to grab some of the heavy body, not too much, and then I'm just going to kind of just drag it across. And as you can see, as they promised, this is pretty opaque. I have a little bit of water on my brush, so it probably thinned it down a little bit, but other than that, it is opaque. Yay! Very nice, rich color, as you can see here. And it lays on really thickly and smoothly. I mean, but that's to be expected because it is called heavy body. Alright, my brush is all rinsed out now, and I'm going to pick up some of the heavy body, and it is noticeably more thin than the heavy body was on my brush. And it is a little bit thinner, like, consistency-wise as well. Like, you have to probably layer up a little bit more to get that opaqueness that I got with the heavy body, which, you know, is to be expected. But all in all, it is pretty opaque. I think the water in my brush was kind of dampening that out a little bit, but it is opaque, and it is a pretty color. They're both gorgeous. So let's wait for them to dry, and I will talk about how they dry. Okie dokie, now that these have dried, you can see that they are a little shiny, and I'm going to be using this opportunity to test out the matte medium to see if it makes these matte. Alright, so there is the matte medium. It is nice and white. And we're just going to grab some on our brush, and let's see the shiniest part here. I'm just going to run it over this side, so the right side. Yeah. Now it looks white as it's going on, but once it dries, we shall see what it'll look like. So let's hope it is a little bit more matte than the rest of it. Now that the matte medium is dried, we can see that it really did make this side a lot more matte. It did not tarnish the color at all, which is always a plus in my book. And I think it worked really great. I want to see how the gloss medium works on this side. So, alright, so I got some gloss medium in this little container. Put some on my brush. And we're just gonna do this side. Make sure we got enough on there. And now we wait till it dries. Alrighty guys, now that the gloss medium has dried, you can see that it almost looks wet. It is so dry, or it is so like shiny. So from left to right we have the gloss medium, what the paint normally looks like, and then the matte medium. So as you can see, these mediums really do their job. And another thing I see that you might not be able to see on camera is that the gloss medium actually makes these colors a little bit more vibrant. It's not super a lot, but it is a little bit noticeable, at least in real life. And I think they look fabulous. Like I said, I thought it was still wet when I touched it and I was like, oh, that's dry. So yeah, it's super glossy though. Alright, now on to the other swatches, because I was just kind of testing everything out on those two. Alrighty, so here are all the swatches. I have the Liquitex red paint marker, the Liquitex heavy body cadmium red, Liquitex soft body cadmium red, the purple paint marker, the yellow, phthalo blue, and quinacridone crimson, all down here, and these three are heavy body. So here are the paints. My thoughts initially, they go on really well. I think they're really nice. So we've got two transparents, a semi-transparent, a opaque, another opaque, and then we've got the paint markers, which of course the purple one was not sent to me. It was bought by me. I paid for it, so I just want to add that in because, I mean, it kind of goes with what I'm going with here. So, yeah, as far as using them, they're really nice. They are pretty thick. So far, in all honesty, I still prefer the basics over these, only because I don't see that much of a difference. Maybe when using them in a picture, I might see a bit of a difference. Actually, I mean, I probably will. Not that these are student grade by any means, because the colors look brighter. I mean, as far as using them, I still like the feeling and the texture of using the basics as compared to these. That opinion will probably change, and I will let you know in the voiceover portion of this, but as far as right now, aside from the colors being brighter and less, I don't know how to say it, like muddy, because it's just a lot of student quality paints are like that, you know, these feel about the same. I mean, I still prefer the basics texture over these, like I said a million times. So let's go ahead and get into an illustration, and I will talk to you further about my thoughts and stuff while I make a picture. So let's go over there, and I hope to see you there.